shit, I forgot that fucking part. Alright. It's all good. It's all good, y'all. It's all good. Now, I need reasons to make videos, so now I got one. I got a topic. That's just how I do it. So whenever y'all see me make videos, understand that somebody or something lit something in me to make the video and talk about the topic. But my comment is the best relationship is with yourself, right? With yourself, right? Their reply is no, the best relationship is with God, right? How can you truly have a relationship with yourself without God? That's the first thing I want to ask people. You can't. Not no sock. Because here's what it is. It's very few people that can stay alone and have a relationship with themselves. A real, genuine relationship with themselves. A good relationship with themselves. Because remember, I said the best relationship. Anybody can have a relationship with themselves, but we talking about the best relationship. Meaning you have a great relationship with yourself. Meaning you love yourself. You're not going to let men do you wrong. You're not going to let women do you wrong. You don't care what people think. If they think you ugly, blah, 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 etc., etc. They cheated on you, you don't care. They did this, you don't care. They did that, you don't care. Right? How you going to go through all that fire and all that turmoil and all that trials and tribulations unless it's God? You got to have God. There's no way. Because what's going to happen is without God, that so-called best relationship that I was talking about ain't going to be the best relationship because, here's why. Because you're going to fold. You're going to get on drugs. You're going to commit suicide. You see what I'm saying? You're going to do stuff to go to jail. You're going to do stuff to hurt yourself. So again, I don't even have to reference God because anybody who knows a best relationship within themselves knows that that shit did not happen without God. Everybody who has a good relationship with themselves, not just any relationship. Remember, I said the best relationship. So therefore, it has to be a good relationship. So without God, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Now, if I made a video, of course I'm going to reference God. But if I'm just posting a post, I'm not always going to say, well, with God, the best relationship is with God. Yes, people get that. But the reason why I make the distinction of the best relationship with you is because I want people to understand the difference between trying to have relationships with people, other people, and themselves. You know what I mean? It's not about hiding God or something. That's not what it's about. I'm making that distinction of letting people know the best relationship is with themselves more than someone else, so they can have a better understanding. I can say the best relationship is with God and not men and women. I mean that don't strike the same as if the best relationship is within yourself, because then you start looking at it a little differently. Because a lot of times people love God, believe in God or whatever, but they still hurting themselves because of some woman or man. Or oh my God, I'm about to cook. They still in relationships and hurting themselves and this and that because of the lack of not loving themselves. Some people love God, they go to church, clap all day long, right? And still come home to a cheating dude or girl or a bad relationship, whatever, man. Y'all get the point. We've all been there. We've all been there. You can love God and you still, without God, you're not going to be able to walk away. This is facts. But what I'm saying is you can still love God, believe in God and all that, and still stay with somebody who's doing you dirty, man. Because of that lack of self-relationship. There is no best relationship by yourself without God. We know this. So by default, it's the same thing. It's not like you can have a best relationship with yourself and have one with God too, but it's like they're separate. It's not like these two things are separate. They're the same thing. That's why there's no point in me even throwing the religion part on it, because it's the same thing. Anybody who has had a relationship with themselves, a solid relationship with themselves, nobody thought that loving yourself or having a relationship with yourself is a relationship with God. That's the whole point. Man, look at that car, man. Why can't people just slow down, man? I swear I don't get it, man. There's 2 baby car seats there and shit. I don't understand people. I really don't, man. It's not that hard, man. It's become defensive drivers, people. That means letting your foot off the gas as brakes and watching everybody else. Don't worry about you. Watch them. Watch what they're doing and reacting to. That's why people wreck, because they like, he ain't gonna do this or that. I'm gonna drive off, and then they wreck. I know it's off topic, but we just seen that accident, so that's all I'm saying. But back to what I was saying. You cannot have a relationship, the best relationship with yourself. Remember, that's the title. You can't have that without God. So I don't even have to say that, because God is the biggest part of you having that best relationship with yourself. It's the same thing. It's not 2 different things. It's not I got the best relationship with myself and then I got the best relationship with God too. Nah. It's one relationship. There's one thing. There is no 2 separate things. You can't have one without the other. It don't work that way. It does not work that way. Now people could say, let's say this. A man says, I'm gonna sleep, I love myself. I'm gonna sleep around with a bunch of women and be selfish and this and that because I love myself. Does he really love himself? If he really sleeping around with women that, I don't even like the woman, I'm just gonna fuck. Does he really love himself? To put his private at risk of diseases and shit. Does he really love himself? Does he really have a best relationship with himself when he's doing this? When it comes to getting money, if the person ain't happy without the money, if the person's only happy if they're getting money, does he really love himself? Versus somebody who are already happy within because they love themselves, this and that, and they get money too. There's a difference. There's a difference. Again, it's always going to go back to the best relationship with yourself is the best relationship is with yourself, because that is God. How's it different? Yeah, you can have a relationship with yourself, but it ain't going to be the best. If it ain't without God, again, you're going to want to commit suicide, you're going to be on drugs, you're going to be on this and that. Yeah, you got a relationship with yourself, but now you're crumbling. You're not making it in life. You're running back to people who doing you dirty and shit. Right? Because on the flip side, you can believe in God all day long and still be strung out. Still run back to people who are doing you wrong and all this and all that. So I can have a relationship with God and still not really love myself. And since I don't really love myself, that's why you get people who go to church, this and that, and they still deal with friends they shouldn't be dealing with, relationships they shouldn't be dealing with, drugs they shouldn't be dealing with. They still doing shit they shouldn't be doing. Period, man. So it's deeper than just a relationship with God, because faith without works is dead. Since we want to talk about scriptures, faith without works is dead. Remember that scripture? Yeah, the heart is deceitful of all things, right? But the heart is also the truth too. The heart can tell you, hey, don't mess with that girl, or watch this or watch that. That's in your mind, that's in your heart, that's in your spirit. Just because the heart can be deceitful of all things, don't mean it's useless. Don't mean it's not a blessing. It's a blessing and a curse. Just like feelings are a blessing and a curse. Everybody know this? Everybody know this. So a heart is a blessing and a curse too. Because it could be good for you, it could be bad for you. That's why we need God. To show us stuff that we don't know. Give us that intuition. But if you don't have a relationship with yourself, most people ain't even going to come to God and believe. They're not even going to believe in God or find God in the first place. When you look at a lot of people who are happy in life, It's because they have a relationship with themselves. They don't need, I need another girlfriend as soon as I break up with one, or another boyfriend as soon as I break up with one, because I don't have that happiness within myself. I don't have that relationship with myself. To me, relationship with yourself is God. That's God. Because when you're alone by yourself and all that, that's when God is the closest to you. So how is it not God? I'm wondering. I want people to explain to me why they felt that what I was saying was something that not about God. I never said that. I never said that. You can't have a relationship with yourself without God, in my opinion. I mean, you can have one, but it ain't gonna be the best relationship. You're gonna run back. Without God, I'll run back to a cheater. Yeah, I seen him suck his dick, but I'm running off anyway. You know what I mean? Without God, oh man, fuck that, I'm smoking a blunt. I know I've been sober 10 years, fuck that, I'm smoking a blunt. Without God, I'm just gonna sleep with any woman I want. I don't care if I like her or not, I just want to nut. See, you don't develop this best relationship without God. There's no way around it. I didn't say relationship with yourself. I said the best relationship, meaning better than even with a woman. So who is this person that I got a relationship with? If God made me and molded me into who I am, then don't that mean that God's a part of me? Just wondering. I'm wondering. Because, see, I don't like to nitpick that shit, but I must do it because people like to say what I'm saying is off, and it's wrong, and it's not wrong. It's not wrong. It still has to do with God at the end of the day, because you cannot separate a good relationship with God and a good relationship with yourself. It's the same thing, because you're not going to have a good relationship with yourself without God. End of story. I could drop the mic right there. You are not going to have a good relationship or best relationship with yourself without God. So I don't even have to reference God, because God is that. There's no reason for me to say God, God, God. I can say it all day long, but it's not going to register in people's heads, because you're still going to have people who say, I love God, I read the Bible, and they're still going to run back to people who do them wrong and all this and all that, because they lack that relationship with themselves. Even though the relationship with yourself is still God, but at the end of the day, faith without works is dead. So I can believe in God all day long, but still I'm going to smoke this dope. I believe in God all day long, but I'm going to do dumb shit. Come on, man. You can still believe in God all day long and still do dumb shit. So you have to have, it takes yourself too. God gave us free will for a reason. It's not like we just robots and I believe in God, so everything I do, since I got a relationship with God, is going to be right. Everything I do is right. Come on, man. We know that's not true. We know that's not true. It takes you too. It's going to take you too, man. I can say I believe in God all day long, but she keeps cheating on me. What? God's just going to move me away from her? Now it's going to take me. It's going to take God's help, but it's going to take me to say, you know what, I trust in God, I'm going to walk away. It ain't like, oh, well, I believe in God, so just magically I'm going to leave this girl alone somehow. No, it don't work that way. You got to have something within yourself. Faith without works is dead, plain and simple. Plain and simple. I don't care. I can read a book all day long, a Bible all day long. If I don't have no works, and faith is dead. Period. Period, man. Why y'all think so many people run back to people they should be with and this do dumb shit that they shouldn't do? Like, think that they ugly. You know what I mean? Oh, what's the name don't want me no more, or this girl don't want me, that girl don't want me. Guess what? If you got a relationship with yourself, it don't bother. It don't matter. But if you don't, let's take well, men and women do it, but I feel like it affects women more. Let's take women who don't love themselves, really, like that. Don't have a relationship with themselves like that. As soon as they break up with a guy, they're going to go find another one. They're not going to go chill with themselves for a while. They can still believe in God, too. Believe in God, go to church every Sunday. As soon as they break up with a guy, they go into another guy. See, this is why you got to have that self-relationship with yourself, too. Even though God is the biggest part of that, but still, it takes you. It ain't just God, that's it. That's not how God works. He don't just say, well, you just depend on me and I'm gonna treat you like a robot. It's not how God works, man. We know this. Because if that's the case, then there wouldn't be no bad in this world if it was just like that. There's free will for a reason. What are you going to do with that free will? That free will is the part of your relationship, your relationship with yourself. A relationship with God develops a relationship with yourself. Period, point blank, man. Again, now some people twist this shit and twist it with selfishness. Like, well, I love myself, all I care about is me. I'm going to sleep with a bunch of women, get money and this and that. Like I said, think about this for a long, hard second. Take a guy that says, I love myself, all I care about is me, I'm just going to sleep with a bunch of women. Does he really love himself? Putting his private in, who knows what they got. Does he really love himself? Is selfishness really loving yourself? Sometimes it could be like, you know what, this girl's doing me wrong, so I'm just going to think about me instead of thinking about her. I'm leaving her alone. Sometimes you got to be selfish. But in some instances where people are trying to say that I'm trying to say a relationship with yourself is, that's where they're wrong at. I think what they think is they see me rap on Facebook and all this and think that I'm in my mind somehow think that life's all about me or something. No, I don't think that. I just stay away from people because most people are on bullshit, but I'm able to stay away from people and able to walk life alone because I love myself, because I have a relationship with myself. Before I used to believe in God, but I didn't have that relationship with myself. So I would do stuff like I'm staying with the lying, cheating girl. Do stuff that is done, I'm ugly, I'm this, I'm that. You know what I mean? Whatever people normally do on a normal basis that don't have a real solid relationship with themselves. I used to do that same shit. And I still believed in God the whole time. So what changed? Still believe in God the whole time. What changed? That relationship with myself changed. It's still the same God. I still believe in him the whole time. It's like people think if they believe in God or have a relationship with God that, you know, they won't do wrong or they won't stay with people they shouldn't and this and that, or it's impossible to be a bad parent nah, it's not impossible. It's not impossible, man. Just because you believe in God. It takes your works and your faith. It takes your actions. You have free will. So y'all need to get up out of that, like putting everything on God. That's like putting everything on God. Like, I'm not going to build this solid person that can stand on his own and is not insecure and this and that. I'm just going to leave it all to God, man. I'm lazy. It's going to take you. You know, God going to show me that the girl cheated, but it's going to take me not to go back. How many times has God showed somebody a red flag and the people still go back? Why is that? I thought it was just God. I thought if you believe in God and have a relationship with God, then by default, when that girl, guy, whatever did you wrong, you should be done with them, right? Because you believe in God. That's all it took, right? Exactly. No, it takes you. Now, God is going to give you that strength in the wisdom of like, nah, remember when they did this, or this is why you shouldn't take them back, or just they don't like you, but there's somebody better than you type thing. That's where God comes in. For example, if a woman rejects me, I just feel like, well, that means that God got something better for me. See? But if I don't have that relationship with myself and have understanding with myself, I'm going, I'm ugly, man. That's why she don't like me, dog. I'm about to commit suicide, dog. You see what I mean? But with God, the wisdom part, you know, and the relationship with yourself, you understand, man, I'm a handsome guy. She don't like me, that just ain't meant to be. She's stupid, blind, or God got something better for me. See, it don't hurt the same. The rejection don't hurt the same. It just doesn't. She don't like me, it is what it is. Not saying you're going to be like perfectly happy if you get rejected, but it's not going to hurt you the same. Versus a person that doesn't care about themselves and don't have that relationship with themselves. This is why you see a lot of women sleeping with men to men. That shouldn't happen like that. You shouldn't break up with a man and then be with another man like that. That's, I hate to say it, but that's a lack of self-relationship. But what people fail to realize, when you are by yourself, when you are alone, that's when God's dealing with you the most. That's when God's dealing with you the most. That's when you hear his voice the most. If you think I got to where I got just me, it was just me, you're a fool. I could have made too many mistakes. But that relationship with myself and God, which is the same thing, it's no different. I don't know why we got to even argue this shit. It's the same thing. Without that, I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't love myself like that. A lot of people say they love themselves, but they really don't yet. And you can tell by their actions. I used to think that at first, yeah, I love myself, blah, blah, blah. But then when I was single for 6 years, that's when I really knew what it was like to love yourself. And I really found myself, which is another thing that some people aren't going to do unless they're alone. A lot of times they're not going to find God or themselves until they get isolated. Have y'all ever heard that God isolates you for a reason? Why is that? I wonder why. If it's just about believing in God, why is he isolate us? Yeah, I thought so. See, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be mean. I just want people to understand straight facts. I'm busting people in the head with straight facts. I'm cooking. If it's all about just believing God, that's it, then why do God need to isolate us? What's the isolation for? Gotta be something behind that. Why do God allow certain things to happen to us if it's just about believing in God, that's it? Don't God want to mold us into a certain person? Ain't that considered a relationship with yourself? Just wonder. Or do people want to nitpick all day? And I'm not mad. I'm glad that they did this, because this gave me the fuel to make this video, which is probably going to help a lot of people. You know what I mean? We can believe in God all day long, but we got to have, it takes us too. Can't just sit around like a bump on a log. I believe in God. It's all good. That's it. Nah. Because I can believe in God, she cheated on me and I'm still with her. Because I'm scared to be alone and all this other shit because I don't have a relationship with myself. You know what I mean? Or she's ugly. She thinks I'm ugly, so now I'm going to keep pressing the issue, not realizing, okay, she don't want me, it is what it is. I'm not hurt by it. Fuck it. She don't want me, somebody else does. I know that for a fact. Versus, man, she don't want me, nobody else do either. Let me keep trying to hit her up and get with her and throw my life savings away and all this other shit. That's the type of shit that happens when you don't have a relationship with yourself. I can say God, but you could believe in God and still fall under this. I know many women right now who are hurt by men and they believe in God 24/7, but still run to the devil, aka whoever the guy is. Or you can flip it. A guy believes in God and still runs to the she-devil that's doing him dirty. But he still believes in God though, right? Right or wrong? The best relationship is with yourself, man. I don't care what anybody say. The best relationship is with yourself. Because even if I do got a wife, notice this, you got a lot of men who got a wife or a girl got a husband, whatever. But they don't treat them right and shit like this. They not happy. Why is that? I'm assuming because you can have a wife, but okay, I got a wife now I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You know, all the bad shit. But if you got a relationship with yourself, yeah, I got a girl, but I'm still going to keep going hard. I'm still going to stay healthy for her. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get overweight for her. I'm still going to work every day for her. Well, us, of course, but you get the point. I'm not going to change just because I got the girl. Why? Because that relationship with myself. That relationship with myself will not allow me to be the lazy bum. You know, you ever seen women say he was a good husband, then he became a lazy bum and all this? Yeah, he got comfortable. He didn't really have a solid relationship with himself. He only did the shit to get the girl. She only lost the weight to get the guy. But then when she got the guy, she became lazy. But if you got a relationship with yourself, that ain't happening. Matter of fact, if I'm going to the gym after this big ass truck, if I didn't have a relationship with myself, nobody's looking, fuck it, I ain't going to the gym, I ain't getting no likes. Matter of fact, I don't even get likes no more. And I'm still posting shit. Most people who don't love themselves, man, I ain't getting no likes no more, nobody like me, fuck that shit, I ain't doing this shit no more. I ain't going to the gym, fuck that. Or I got $250,000, dog, I ain't going to work no more. Now that relationship with yourself keep you solid. Like, remember when you was broke? You know what I mean? What if you got a wife one day? What if you got kids one day? You got to be prepared. Fuck that. We getting up. We going to work. It don't matter. $250,000. It don't matter. We still working like we ain't got a dime in our pocket. Or even worse, a relationship, even better, my bad, a relationship with yourself. Yeah, I got all that money, but I'm still going to be smart with it. Versus people who really don't have a relationship with themselves. Man, I'm still not happy. Let me go buy this, go buy that, get in debt, buying cars and all this and all that. See, they can still believe in God and still do that same stuff. That's what I'm trying to get to people. I'm not saying condemn God like he don't exist. Nah, because you're not going to have that good, solid relationship with yourself without God. But what I am saying is, just because you got a relationship with God, don't mean that you don't have to do your part. You got to pull your weight. Too many people think because I believe in God, I can be lazy now. Because I got a wife or husband, I can be lazy now. No, you got to pull your weight to be the husband or wife that you said you was going to be. You could apply that to God. When I'm saying that, okay, you got God, you believe in God, but you still got to pull your weight. You still got to make the right decisions and all this and all that. Well, I believe in God, I'm going to put my hand in the grinder. Then I'm not going to have a fucking hand. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest. Well, I believe in God, but you know, I'm still, dog, I ain't wearing a rubber. I'm gonna sleep with her anyway. Come on, man. That self-relationship with yourself is, nah, I ain't doing that, man. I might get her pregnant or something. Or a woman. I know he's cheating, but I'm gonna take you back anyway. Because I don't really love myself and I'm scared to be alone. Fuck it. I'm gonna run back to the ex that did me dirty, you know what I mean? But if the woman got that relationship with herself, to love herself and all that, even if she wanted to do it, she's not gonna do it. Because she got too much love for herself. So by default, people, having a relationship with yourself is God. And if not, if you have a relationship, let's give them the benefit of the doubt, because I said the best relationship. That's where it got twisted. I didn't say just a relationship with yourself. I said the best. But let's say you don't have a relationship with God, but you got a relationship with yourself. It's going to crumble. It's not going to be the best relationship. Because it's not going to be good for you. You're going to be on drugs and all kind of shit. More than likely, you're going to fold or make a poor decision or some dumb shit like that. These are facts. These are facts, man. I'm able to be alone because I have a relationship with God. I can talk to God. He talks to me. That's still me, though. It's still a relationship with me. Because God is a part of us. Am I right or am I wrong? Is God not a part of us? Isn't God in us? Huh? I'm waiting for the answers. Ain't God a part of us? That's what I thought. Last time I checked, God was in us and a part of us. So how is not having a relationship with me, how ain't God got anything to do with that? Come on, man, he got something to do with it. Because God is a part of me, by default. Y'all tripping, man. I say all this to say this, man. The best relationship is with yourself, man. You need yourself and you need God, man. They go hand in hand. There is not no one without the other. If you want the so-called best results of having a relationship with yourself, it's going to take you and God. It's not one or the other. It's both. It's both. Just like a relationship with a girl or a guy. Even though the man's the head, the woman can't be like, well, he's the head. Basically, in a way, you could consider the head God, I guess. He's the head. I'm just going to be lazy and let him do nothing. No, it don't work that way. The woman got to do her part too. You know what I mean? She got her roles, just like the man got his roles. Only reason why I didn't say the best relationship is with God instead of with other people is because I wanted people to understand that stop seeking for relationships with people and look for it within yourself. And guess what, people? You're not going to find a relationship within yourself like that, not a good one, without God. It's impossible. It's impossible for me to have an internal, good relationship with myself without God in it. It don't make sense. You can't do it. You cannot do it. There's no way around this, people. But for all y'all people to find yourself getting weak and I'm ugly or I want to run back to this one or that one, I'm telling you what it is, man. You got to get that relationship within yourself, man. You got to love yourself, man. First. Matter of fact, you can't even be happy. Even if your dream guy or girl came along, you wouldn't even be happy for real after so long if you don't have that love within yourself. It's not going to happen. Just like even if somebody gave you 20 million, 20 billion, like here's $20 billion right here. If you don't got some type of happiness within yourself, that's only going to go so long. Why y'all think you see so many men, let me sleep with a bunch of women, or women, let me sleep with a bunch of men, let me do this, let me do that, let me smoke a bunch of blunts, and I'm not judging. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have sex. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't have sex or smoke blunts or whatever. All I'm saying is a lot of people use external things to comfort that inside. If you put most people in my situation right now, especially men, let's just say men, I'm telling you right now, they'd probably be foolish as fuck with the money. They wouldn't know what to do with it. Me, I'm still living like normal. I'm not out here, oh shit, let me go here, let me go there. Because I got happiness with inside. So it don't matter. It don't matter. At the fucking end of the day, I'm still happy. I'm happy making this video. And this ain't nothing but making a damn video and driving to another store. But yet, I feel like I'm in a happy ass place right now. A lot of things and a lot of people are going to take y'all happiness if you don't got it within, man. But it ain't going to happen if you got the happiness within. Nobody can take that from you but you. Nobody. Nobody at all, man. What about some people who lose people? And I got a friend that just, his son got in an accident, his son's paralyzed. Now, if you think that I don't know how to say this. It's going to take belief in God, and it's going to take strength within himself too to make it through that. You know what I mean? He could believe in God, but then he might not have no inner strength and love and all that and commit suicide. Like, we got to have both, man. There's no way around this. You got to have both, man. All the decisions we make, you know, one decision could fuck up our whole life. One decision could make our life. But at the end of the day, God is not going to force us to make the decision. At the end of the day, it's on us. It's not on God. I'm not going to do that to God. I'm not going to push my decisions off on God because I believe in God. So every decision I make, you know, that was God, dog, because I believe in him. You know, it ain't got nothing to do with the relationship with myself and how I think as a person. Nah, it was all God. Stop it. Stop it. A relationship with yourself is very important. It's very important. And to me, it is God. Now, other people might see it different, like here's God and then there's a relationship with themselves. I don't see it that way. Because part of you is God, so how's it separate? I'm out of here, man. I ain't gonna keep rambling the same shit, man. Y'all believe what y'all want. I know what I believe. When I say to have the best relationship with yourself, I know what I mean by it. I know exactly what I mean, but I don't mean by, well, here's God over here, but have the best relationship with yourself over there. No, I never said that. Because my relationship without God in it is going to be corruption. It's going to be very bad. It's not going to be pretty at all. Put it like this, it'd be a lot worse than what it is. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, y'all stay up, man. Get that relationship with yourself strong, man, because you're going to need it. You know, a lot of people settle for people and stuff like that because they can't stay single. So they say, fuck it, man. I'm just going to get with dude or old girl. You know what I mean? And they end up destroying their whole life, getting pregnant or something. But what if that girl or that guy has strength within themselves to walk away from that? Now they dodged the bullet. They didn't get pregnant by the person. Many people have fell by the sword because they don't have that strength within to walk away from shit. From people especially. The wrong person. I stayed with that motherfucker for 15 years. I wasted 15 years of my life. Yeah, because they were scared to walk away, man. Because they didn't believe that they didn't believe in themselves. See, you can believe in God, but what if you don't believe in yourself? Then what? Man, I believe in God, I can build this house, but I don't believe I can do it myself. So what? God gonna build a house? Stop it. But if I believe in myself and God, He's gonna help me do it. See how that works? So if I believe in myself as far as a relationship goes, loving myself, and I believe in God, He's gonna help me become a better person and understand love more. Matter of fact, you don't even understand what love is until you find God. So therefore, you really don't love yourself until you find God. So once again, it goes back to what I said earlier. The best relationship is with yourself. And the biggest part of that is loving yourself. But you can't love yourself unless you find God first. Because you're not going to really know what love is. No way around it. Because God is love. So again, I'm waiting for people to explain to me, how the hell do you have two different situations here? How do you have one situation of loving yourself and then over here is loving God? How? They go hand in hand. Peanut butter, jelly. So how? You can't. No way around it.